I'll start. Okay, so welcome guys. Thank you for joining. I think what we're going to do today, the way we're going to work it is John's going to run you through the software. So we can actually show you the software, let it run, then explain where the software saves all the documents, where you can access the sitemap for the URLs that the sites have been created. And then we'll talk through a couple of features of the software and why they were built and why we think they're powerful. And then we'll have some questions and answers. So if you have any questions, the bottom of the Zoom, you'll see there's a Q&A, stick them in there. We will get to them. And if you have anything in the chat, please join us in the chat. Let's make this a lively one. But for now, we'll hand over to John. Let me just give you, there you go.
Yeah.
If you share your screen so long. And yes, this will be recorded. And what we're gonna do is create a launch page that has the first webinar, this webinar, and we're having another webinar on Monday, which is going to be all about different strategies to rank really quickly using cloud links. So we've got about 3 different strategies that are really powerful, 1 for local, and 2 just to rank national, and that's really, really powerful stuff. So watch out for that. We'll send the emails out over the weekend, and then we'll stick all the webinars on the launch page where you'll have access to everything. You can watch everything again in your own time. So I think we'll hand it over to you.
All right, can you see my screen?
Yep, see it perfectly.
Okay. So, yeah, we've worked hard on it, and Victor's also been very involved. And he's helped me quite a lot. I come up with ideas and he says, no, this is not a good idea. We can't do that. And I say, come on, we can. Let's employ that Vic brain. It gets it going. So it's good to have a decent coder that helps you. So I think what I'm going to do is show you, how is this keep coming up here? What is it here? Okay. Can you see my desktop here?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, that's not so right. Okay, when you install the software, it'll install all of these files that you see here now. And what the scraper, that is for when you are using local areas. And I found that you should use the name of the town plus the state, because I found a couple. I was doing one for today for a thing called Centurion, and it found or yesterday, and it found a place in the States called Centurion. So I drew driving directions all the way across the sea. So when you're adding the states, I mean the areas, make sure you put them in there. And then anything, basically what you need is, you need a list of keywords that you're going to be using. You need a list of block titles that you'd like it to make for you, and your images. So I'll just show you in the images folder here, I've got a logo image. Okay. I've made mine 200 by 70. That works pretty well. And then the content images I've made, these I've just made like 400 by 400, and they will work pretty well. Now there's one thing that I often do is, but it takes more time, is in this content image here. Let me just let's say edit. I'll edit it with Paint or something. So what I do is I put HCG diet and then the town name there, and then I put only that image in there. Because Google does read these things, but I don't believe it's that important, because I've got the company's name and address and the website and telephone number on all of these. So what I do is I just create about 10 or 15 of them, and I put it in, and then the software selects them randomly. Okay. And then to run the software, you click on it and you select the actually exe file, and you say run as administrator. Okay. And then this is what opens. It actually opens up a bit smaller. Looks like that. I've got open AI behind it. But yeah, that's so I like to make it just maximize. So I've got a nice clean screen. And it's quite simple to do. In the connections, we've only got 3 there. We're going to be having about another 5 or 6 pretty soon, and the popular ones. But these ones are powerful. They're very high domain authority, and so we just started with them. And as soon as Vic can get the rest of them in here, he will. So what we're intending to do is to probably update the software once a month, unless there's an error, a big bug that we found, and then we'll update it. But so we'll be talking through the month. JJ is creating or has created a Facebook page, I hope. And so in there, what I think we'll be making notes or doing things or suggestions that you would like. And as we go along, we're going to take note of them and add them once a month. So in other words, once a month, we're going to have like a really good update, and then have a couple of webinars to explain why they're working, how they work, and why we've done it. But in the members area, you have videos which show you how to get these the keys, the Amazon keys, the Linode or Wasabi. And so once you put it in, every time you run it, it's a good idea to just check it. You click check, and you can see we are checking Amazon connectivity success. So the Amazon APIs we can find. So we're just going to use Amazon tonight. So that's perfect. And then if you have a look at OpenAI, you just go to OpenAI and you get your API key and you put it in here. And then you can say check, and you see, okay, it's valid. All right. And then you've got an audience here. Now, this audience is actually your audience, the people that you'll be selling to, or that you're targeting in your with your website.
It's the personality you want the writing to appear as.
Yeah.
So you tell in the AI, you prompt in the AI what tone of content to generate.
Yeah. So I'll just put tone of voice, professional. You can have it personal, friendly. I'll just select informative. Okay. All right. So that's all you do there. Then you come to settings. Then by settings, you would when you first start out, you don't have any. So you would click the add campaign button, and that opens up the campaign. So I've just set this campaign up. I know it's just no, it's not that. I mean, it just apply for. There you go. I'll just set up that one, and I'll click add campaign, and it should put it all in. All right. So that's not the one I want. I actually want one before, which is HSG drops. So I've got everything there. Okay, so now we can click this little arrow button to when we want to add or update it, and then it'll bring it in here. Okay, so what I have is I have a CSV file that I have the different things that I'm targeting. I can show you that here. All right. So we are also building Google sites for our local campaigns. So what we do is we build one site, a Google site, like for this town. This is Benoni. We get all the towns within like a 50-mile radius of where we are in Johannesburg, in Sandton actually. And this is one of the towns there. And then we built 3 sites. The one targeting the diet, HCG diet, 91 drops and 1 injections. So this system that we do, we call it a hyper-local system. But you don't have to build local sites here. You can build, because of the power of these things, you can build GMBs anywhere or target any site. It doesn't have to be a local site. It can be a normal site. But I mean, we're doing a lot of local stuff here because that's what we are doing. And then as I go, I add in the actual URL of the Amazon site, and that helps me because like this one here, HCG injection Centurion and HCG drop Centurion, those 2 haven't been run yet, but I've got the URL already. So how do I know what the URL is? It's quite simple. I've got this one, which is HCG diet, and now I'm going to be doing something for HCG drops. So I just copy that URL and I paste it in here, and the only thing that changes is the word diet. I change that to drops. So that makes it go a little bit faster. And that's the actual campaign now that we're going to run now, targeting HCG drop Centurion. Now, Centurion is a town halfway between Johannesburg, where we are, and Pretoria, which is about 50 miles from here. Okay, so then what do I do? The campaign name, I say HCG drops Centurion. And in the process, I can do one of three things with this site. I can make a fresh site, a new site. I can add new blog posts to a previously created site, or I can add new local pages to a previously created site, which is really good. So you can always keep your blogs fresh and keep it going. And this is pretty good also for Google News sites, because what we're doing here is we do create an HTML sitemap and an XML sitemap, so you can get them approved in Google News. So then I'll just put like a related keyword here. This related keyword, it will create another page. So if I had 10 related keywords here, it would create another 10 pages. Okay. And so location, so what I've got here is I've got the town, and then I've put the state. This is Gauteng means city of gold. Okay, and then I've got the blog post titles. So if you put 10 or 20 or 30 blog post titles, it'll create them for you. It'll just take a little bit longer. And so how do I do that? I'll show you. I just come here to chat GPT, and I'll say you're a weight loss expert. Please forget all previous posts. Create me 25 SEO automated blog posts on my website. And I give them the website there. And then they give me these really cool blog post title suggestions. And then I'll just take it and then I'll put it into Notepad, and I remove all of these inverted commas, things like this, where it says step by step. The colons I have to take out, these hyphens, the colons. So it must just be clean. It mustn't, you mustn't have any of the stuff here. So to do that, I'll just say replace, and then I put in there, and I say replace all, and then all of those are gone. And then I'll say replace columns, all, and we'll take those away, and then hyphens. No, that one, that one. Replace all. And then here you can see it's cleaned it up. So if you've got any ampersands or like that, remove them, because the software doesn't like it, and if it sees something it's not sure of, it just won't make that post. But then you just copy that and you put it into the settings where we are. And there you go. So there's, I've got 3 or 4 there that I've done. Okay. Then at the top here, I put in my GMB name. Now, you don't have to have a GMB, but it's a good idea to have a GMB. Okay. And then you put in the GMB URL. You then put in a YouTube URL. This is important, and this you could put in, like, if you've got 20 or 30 URLs or YouTube URLs, you could put them in and spin them with the standard spinning options, you know, the curly brackets and a pipe in between. Okay, and then your target URL. Now, this target URL, this is where this is important, because you know, if you're doing a lot of posts in it, they're all going to be pointing to this. That's really important. Okay, then the iframe, but you can also use these iframes to target. You can see I've got my HCG injections page that I'm targeting here in an iframe. Now, an iframe, I just use iframe generator. It's a very easy thing to use, and an iframe will give it a do follow link from the website that you build here in Amazon back to your website. So it's very powerful. Okay. So we've got a couple here. I think the one is WhatsApp. So yes, and you can also just put these, you can link back to other Amazon sites or other sites that you're doing. And over here, where you've got HTML links and curated content, this is where we're adding additional content. I'd like eventually to be able to just click a button there, and then have our software just generate a little paragraph or 2 there, and then put a link in that we could. But at the moment, again, I'm using OpenAI, and I just go and I grab some copy, and then I come to this online editor, and being a lazy coder, I just paste it in there, and then over here where it, you know, I just grab it and I put the link in there, and then I just grab the source code, yeah, and stick it in. So it goes nice and easy, it's nice and quick, and it's very handy. So I've got 2 there. So what I'm doing is I'm sort of mixing it up a little bit. Again, the call to action, you can spin this as much as you like, which is, again, you've got a curly bracket there. I don't know how many I've got here. Okay, there you are. Buy HCG drops, yeah. Okay, buy HCG, yeah. All right. So I've got 3 different ones there. So it'll put either one of those on and target it to our targeted email URL.
The target URL, yeah.
Yeah. The schema, we don't have that ready yet. That'll be coming in the next update. And but you can just take schema, paste it in there, and it will add it to the pages.
Yeah. So if you've got organization schema or local business schema, if you're doing a local campaign, just stick it in there and it will add it to all the pages.
Yeah. Okay.
And then is it, yeah, okay. So you just put in the standard schema, like the codes that we provided.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You can put in organization schema or local business schema, that sort of stuff?
Or both.
Yep. Yeah, or both. Okay. All three, if you're doing FAQ schema as well.
You can get pretty wild with schema.
I beg your pardon?
You can get pretty wild with schema. Sorry for my connection, John. I've got a slappy connection over here.
Yeah, okay. You know Telegram.
No, I'm actually home. I think it's just the internet here.
Well, we've got a wonderful connection here from South
beautiful.
Africa.
Let's not get sidetracked. Back to the software.
Tonight, and then it goes off. All right. So then you just put in your contact us details, your about us details, and what your footer contact will be. That'll be like a little, and in that, in the footer area, it'll also add links to the, the pages, that you have to make to comply with all the rules.
The about us, contact us, privacy, all those pages.
All those type of things. All right. Up over here, these are the different cloud pages cloud services that you can use.
Publish.
Yeah, we'll have a lot more soon. So we're going at Amazon, and then you put the bucket name in here. If the bucket doesn't exist, the bot will create it for you, the software. Okay, so you'll see I've got HCG drop Centurion, because that's the name of the campaign, and that's the name of the keyword that I'm going after. Okay, so that's about it. And then your header colors, you would select, you click that. I think I chose these. You can just click there and then define custom colors, and you can make it a little lighter, darker, whatever you like. Add to custom colors and click OK, then it's going to use that color. All right. The logo image and the content image, it's exactly the same. I'll show you. I've got in my folders that we spoke about at the beginning of the webinar. Cloud stacking, inputs, images, the logo. I just have to select that, the folder, and the same with the content. So I will come back here. Cloud stacking, inputs, images, and then content. Okay. So, and then it would save it there. So now I can say update campaign. All right. So now you're ready to run. So the beauty of it is, if you're doing a lot of different areas, that a lot of the information stays the same. You basically only need the area and the keyword and the
blog post.
Blog posts. Okay. And you just come in and you paste them in, and away you go. This one would normally take around about 10 to 12 minutes to run. Okay, so I'm going to click run, and you'll see at the top here what it's doing. Okay, so I'm going to click the logs, because then we can follow what it's doing. So in the interim, if there are some questions, perhaps we can take them now.
Yeah, there haven't been any questions so far. So if you've got any questions, pop them in the Q&A or in the chat while we're waiting for the software.
I was on a Skype group today. I was talking about the server that this is running on. This is the smallest Contabo server.
Yeah, it really doesn't take a lot of space or require a beast of a server.
It's got like 4 gigs of RAM and 100 gigs of SSD, because it's not storing a lot of stuff on the server.
Yeah.
I run my GMB Genius on here as well.
Runs and it's like stable. Yeah.
Yeah, very stable.
So it's now scraped. You see, because when I said centurion earlier, I found a centurion in America somewhere. Okay, so that's a hell of a long driving directions. So I forgot to put the state in. So when you put the town name in,
and
put the
that won't
state.
be such a problem in America. I think with American town names, I don't think you'll have that issue. But if you do
No, but
have
I
the
mean-
driving directions that are a bit not going to the right directions, then just put the state abbreviation or the straight state name after the town
Yeah.
name, just to make sure.
A lot of people do, you know, it'll be like Charlottesville, LA, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
By the way, Joe, did you see in Tyler, Texas, they had a tornado yesterday?
Oh, really? No, I didn't see that.
Did you?
Yeah, Joe was at university there.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay. So what else can we tell you about the software? We're going to be doing
Why don't you open up one of the sites that you've built and we can run through it?
okay. Let me have a look here. So to find the sites, it's very easy. You know, you come to your desktop and you go to the outputs folder. So yeah, you can see these are all these are the towns around Johannesburg, like within a 50 to 60 mile radius.
Gotcha.
And if I have a look at my spreadsheet here, okay, I started off doing Benoni. So these ones here, I did these at the beginning of the week. So what I'm actually doing here is I'm actually doing a loop here. I'm doing 3 towns and I'm looping them together. So I'm creating all of these sites, and then this site, the first one, yeah, I would link to the next one. That would link to the next one. This one would link to the next one, then to the next one, so forward until you get to this one, and then this one links back to this one. Okay, so you're creating a loop. Okay, this is really powerful. So you can create multiple loops like that. So for your next 3 block of towns, you do the same thing, and then from this one, it'll link downwards, but it'll also link upwards to that one. So you're getting the 2 things together. And then you know, when you do some, if you do need links to for them to rank, it's very easy because they're all, you know, you throw links at like the first, they all get. So I'll open this first one here.
Okay, so we do have a question, so long while you're opening that. So
Mhm.
Miles is saying, is the Amazon name and URL for the new site fine the way it is? We used to have to reorganize the name. So yeah, Chad's there in the chat.
Well, you can, but you know, that just shows a higher DR domain authority, which would just mean taking, you don't have to.
Yeah.
Uh,
The juice is still there. So if you fire links at them and that, it's still the same domain, just the one shows a higher PR, and as Chad said in the chat there, DR. So
okay, I'm not,
all right, so yeah, let's run through the page.
okay, so this is the most important keyword. So when people are in that area, if they just type in HCG diet, this page comes up. Okay, and what it's done is it's created an HCG diet Benoni page, and this is, I don't know why it's done that. See, I'm still learning it myself. So it's created Benoni class. That's quite crazy, but anyway, that's me. It's not the software.
You put the name in the keyword.
Okay, and then in the blog, you can see I put in a few different 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you look at the blog now, these are long tail keywords, you know, where people say a comprehensive guide to the HCD diet system. That's actually the keyword. But these are pulled up with you know, the OpenAI.
Yeah,
Here's one of the, here's one of the images that I've actually put the name in. So this is HCG diet Benoni. Okay. And when we say buy HCG drops here, we always link this to our GMB, because you know, once I get to the GMB, they can find us easy. But by doing this, we've got like a really strong, we've got great power. Let me just come here.
Okay, just before, go back to the site before you go away. Delroy is asking a question here. Is it better to have the link to the client side in the target URL section or in the curated content section? So we have it both. So just open the page there, the one that you're on. That's not it.
It depends what sort of strategy you're using.
Okay, so also if you just see that blue link there at the top of the page, that's linking back to the index page. So if you click that quickly, then that blue link is linking into the money site, which is in the content section. So it is an anchor text link in the content section of the website, and then that links into the money site. So the way the software is built is all the inner pages that you create, that's why you use longer tail keywords, those are linking into the index page. Then the index page has got the link to the target URL. So if you load the software and you put in 10 keywords and 20 blog posts, all 30 of those pages will link upwards to the index page with all the different keywords that you've put in, passing all the juice and relevance for all those longer tail keywords up to the index page, which is then passing all the juice into the money site and GMB URL.
Okay. Well, let me go down and talk a bit more about what has been created on this page. So it does create an H1 and then some H2s. And after the H2s, it creates articles, but paragraphs, but you know, we try not to make it too long. Then we've got frequent questions. And this page, this Amazon page here, is passing a do follow link back to the home page of our main site, which you can see there. Oh no, it's not. It's actually our HCG injections page. Okay, so we're putting a lot of juice to that because we want to be found for HCG injections. That's the most profitable that we sell. And then we've got HCG drops page as well. And there probably is another one, then that's the home page. Okay, and then that section where we've got a little bit of content where I was finding the stuff from in OpenAI, that gets put at the bottom here, and it's got a link out. Okay, and where is this going to? Oh, it's actually linking to itself. No, it's linking to HCG drops, which is correct. So let me just say.
Okay, so yeah, we got a good question here from Delroy. So he said, for ranking a client site, do you recommend creating a site to their main location first or put in multiple cities to start, which will be more pages created? Okay, so Delroy, to answer that question, it depends on your strategy. And that's what Monday's webinar is going to be about. We're going to run through different strategies for local. What we're doing with these sites is these are major suburbs around Johannesburg. So we build in very small laser focused sites. As you can see, it's only 3 keywords plus the one area alone. So we're building a site that's targeting just that area. There's also another strategy where you could have your top 20 keywords, then take the 10 areas that you want to build for. Okay, so basically draw a 10-mile radius around around your business. And then you build 10 sites, one for every keyword plus all the areas. So if you had, keyword 1 would be, diet, keyword 2 would be weight loss. So you do diet plus the 10 areas, and then you do weight loss plus the 10 areas. So you do all 10 sites, and then you can interlink them all together if you wanted to, if you plan it out correctly. And that's that spreadsheet that John was showing, is how the one site that we build in links to the next site that's not even built yet. But because you know what the bucket name is going to be, all you do is change the bucket name in the URL, and you can build those links. So that's different strategy. So if you're doing a ranking, a local site, you could put all the areas in one site, or you could do, multiple keywords for one area. So it depends on your strategy.
Okay, so what I'm doing now is I've logged out, but I'm searching from Google on my server, which is a US-based server. So I'm just going to see how this actually comes up. And yeah, you can see it. Amazon AWS, HCG, diet, Benigni. You can see the image there.
Yeah, and look what's number 2. Look what's number 2.
I saw that too, yeah.
All right, so now the beauty of this is, sorry, yeah, let me go back here. Yeah, there's the image there. So if you put the images in, if you do make one image per town or per area, this is the power of it, because when it comes up, it also shows it, yeah, and Google just eats these things up. And it's also showing the About Us page. All right.
Yep.
And yeah, you can see some other, which you'll see. Come back here. Okay, let me sign in. I'll say. Google makes you do these things. I just wanted to show you the, I don't know what the password is.
What are you trying to show?
Yeah, where it says HCG diet Benigni. Further on in that spreadsheet, it's also got Alberton, and it's also Boxford. So you see that's Benigni. This
because those areas.
But basically, yeah, they're close. But I mean, our website has a Benigni page. Okay, right. The Google site HCG Benigni, the one that you built, JJ, is also ranking. So basically, we've pushed down everybody else. We've been sort of a bit slack with HCG diet system, and so everybody else started saying, I don't know what they're doing, but we're going to get in, and they built a lot of sites in it. And so all of a sudden we found, well, hang on, we're not at the top.
And you know what the best part about that is? Those sites are ranking. We haven't even built any links, anything to them yet.
I was just going to ask that. I was going to say, how many links have been built to that site, right?
Nothing. We just made sure that they got indexed, that's all.
Yep.
Okay, so that's because of the extreme power of Amazon, and also the pages that it's creating are SEO optimized, and when they have the schema in, it'll be even more. The on-page will be even more powerful. So we call this a hyperlocal strategy, where we build a website like this. Our main website has one of these pages. We build one of these cloud pages, and we build a Google site, and they're all targeting that area. And by doing that, you can often get all of like 8 or 9 of the top pages, or the top sites. So we can see it's already created the bucket, HCG drops Centurion over here. And then it's uploaded all of the images that it used. And so now it's uploading these files. So what it does is it creates all of these files, and it keeps it on your local system, your VPS or your computer that you're using. And then, so when you come to and you want to add some more pages to it, it accesses those and it sees which is new and which isn't, and then just creates the new ones and uploads it like that. It's a very simple system. So now we see, look, it's done its job. So we can have a look and let's go and see what it did. And that was HCG drops Centurion. So let's go in there and you'll come to final website. And then always come to the sitemap, because that gives you every page. Just remember, these pages are local pages, but the sitemap it's got all the pages on, and then you come to index. So there's the lovely teal color that we selected. It's not bad.
No, it's nice.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Okay, so let's just go through some things. You see this main one here, HCG drop Centurion. If you look down the left-hand corner here, this is going directly to our main site.
So that's the target URL in the software.
And our main site is acting up something terrible. I don't know if you're still on the.
Please just close that there.
Could you just have a look what's going on with our website? Okay, so read more also goes to that. So these two go to that. By HCG, yeah, this will go to our
GMB.
GMB.
So if you're running a campaign and you're not linking to a GMB, in the GMB URL, you can just paste any URL and it'll create a text link there to that URL. So if you were doing a campaign that was national and you didn't want to link to a GMB, you just want to link to money pages or a tier 2 or 3 link, then in the GMB URL section, you just paste another URL. And that's where that link will be.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now all of this content is created with AI, because the only thing that we put in there was HCG drops. It's got some frequently asked questions. These are
The embeds.
embeds. Yeah, and this is an area page. Yes, that's our home page. And yeah, you can see this is linking back to the next one. That's actually linking back to the next set, the first page of the next set of three towns.
Right, it's like an internal silo.
Mm-hmm. So that's Bryanston that's going to. We've got ugly chicks in Bryanston. Okay. All right. So now, and at the bottom here, sorry, this is where the footer stuff goes. You can see it's got home, about us, privacy, terms and conditions, contact us, and the sitemap. Okay. And this is your logo. So it's creating a very, very powerful page. And if you put other keywords in here, you know, like we just put HCG drops or how to lose excess belly fat. Okay, so that's one there. But I mean, in that part of the, you come back here to settings. Oh yeah, okay. If you put like 10 different towns in there, then it's going to create one page for each of those towns. So it would be hard to lose excess belly fat fast in Centurion, if you know what I mean. Okay. So you can create a lot of pages very quickly. It also creates a page just about Centurion. And then each one it puts a different image in. And then it gives you some details about the city. We could actually scrape images or photos of the restaurants, but we found it doesn't really make any difference.
Oh, it's just those links that count, because that's
Yeah.
linking out to the actual places on the map. So it's just
Yeah, this is,
adding a ton of geo relevance from that area and Google Maps and information on Google Maps about that area, you know, on the
Correct,
page, which is targeting a very specific keyword, which is passing all this local geo goodness that Google loves. So that when searches in that area search for the keyword that we're targeting, we're the most relevant result in Google's eyes. And that's what we're doing. We're using the clouds, which are extremely powerful, high authority domains, and we're building all this local geo relevance and goodness into your properties. It really just gets stuff ranking really quickly.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Link building at this point, link building is essentially a relevance game. The domain and page authority is guaranteed with the cloud sites. Everything you're doing is to build relevance.
Yeah, and it's also to push your competitors down, 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 or onto the next page, because you can do this. I mean, I've seen quite a few where the home page and the About Us page is ranking, which is really cool.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few sitemaps ranking.
Yes. Okay. So I mean, you know, if you look at who knows what this is going to say, but the pros and cons of the HCG diet versus other weight loss methods. But there's so many
good keywords,
long tail keywords, and I'm comparing the HCG diet weight loss method. It's just, it didn't actually come up with anything. It just got the frequently asked questions. So that blog isn't the greatest.
Sometimes
I
that
guarantee
happens.
you, what foods to eat. I guarantee you the page will
rank.
Yeah, yes, some foods. So
yeah, ultimately, I mean, primarily with the cloud sites, you are using them as links to rank, you know, the properties that you actually want people to see. Not that people will never see the cloud sites, but the reality is their primary purpose is to push the sites you do want people to see.
yeah. Okay. Now on Monday with that website, I think it would be nice to go through how using the this XML sitemap, how you can use that to get it into Google News.
Yeah, we've got videos like that. We'll put it in the members area.
Yeah, we have that.
Let's go through it on you know, on the webinar. It's pretty good.
Let's talk about that. Yeah.
Okay, so then so that's about all I've got.
Okay, so Jason's just asked, how do you get to chat? Do you want to answer that so long?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, Jason. So I do have training on that will be in the members area that we've recorded, but the long skinny is that there's a tool called the SEO indexing tool for Chrome. That's an extension, costs $29, one-time payment forever. That tool, I discovered it probably like 4 or 5 months ago, maybe 6 months ago. And JJ, John, myself, a lot of other SEOs have been using it. That tool, once you've integrated it with your search console, will pretty much get all of your sites pages indexed pretty instantaneously, pretty much every single time. It's a very easy tool to learn how to use. It's got tutorials and stuff. And also Google News approval is the other method. Once these sites are approved in Google News, you no longer have to worry about indexing. Essentially, as soon as you publish content, it's going to index in Google within several minutes every time.
Okay. Could you just put that URL in your okay.
Yeah, for sure. Let me go grab that and throw it in the chat.
Okay, now also the one thing with the software, this is obviously a very hyper-targeted local strategy we're building with these sites here. You can just use them. You don't have to put in local areas. You can just build them to build out news blogs, to build out PBNs. So, you know, you could build out 20, 30 Google News approved cloud sites, which are not hyper-local. It could be, you know, more general niche specific in order to power up your other properties. So there, you know, it's very versatile. If you want to go extremely hyperlocal, you can. If you want to just build links into properties, you can. The inputs in the software, if you make a mistake, it will tell you. So it's very user-friendly and it's very powerful, and there's a ton of ways that you can use it. So that's what Monday's webinar is going to be about, is we're actually going to run through quite a few strategies, different strategies to rank stuff fast using cloud links. And then obviously also, using this tool. And with the tool, you'll be able to do all of them. So it depends on the type of campaign that you want to run. So I think keep your eyes peeled for that. We'll send out probably tomorrow the links for that one. And then, as I mentioned, is once we've got all three, we'll stick all of them on a launch page so you can go through all the content, see what it is, and hopefully we catch you on the other side.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Okay, I've stopped sharing now. Don't know what you are actually seeing.
I'm still here. Is everyone else still here too?
I am.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know if you. I thought you said I'll see you guys on like the flip side.
No. Sorry,
I was like, oh.
I was reading something in the chat, yeah. So just have a look at the chat there, Dad. He's asking something about you. He bought something from you.
Okay, yeah, that's not something we can talk about on the webinar.
Yeah. Okay.
If you could just email me, my email is, I'll put it in here.
You can reply directly to him in the chat. You don't have to put it to everyone.
Okay.
Edward, if you just email us, we'll help you out. Not quite sure what you're on about there.
Strategies. Yeah, actually, I was going to address that if I may, real quickly. This last question. So yes, multiple. So yeah, that's correct. So essentially, you're using these cloud sites as silos to rank for for primary key. And I actually wanted to address that real quick because I know we don't have much time. You will be able to rank local clients and sites and GMBs and stuff with nothing but cloud links. National campaigns are not the same. Cloud links will help a lot, but they generally won't rank it all by themselves. You'll probably need additional linkage. But for local campaigns, you can use nothing but cloud links and Google sites, etc. And you can parasites essentially, and you can rank local clients like crazy. So there's a few strategies for it. Once again, we'll go over those more in depth on the training webinar coming up. But yeah, there's a couple ways. There's actually several ways we'll go over to rank local sites very quickly. And honestly, the use case scenario that you're going to use is going to depend on where your client currently is, whether it's brand new, pre-existing, and a bunch of other factors. So we'll go over those in the training.
Well, it'd be a good idea to sort of answer questions on that. If you have questions, you can
bring them.
Bring them out.
Yeah. It'll be as much an AMA as a training.
Yeah, and then also, Delroy, you did mention earlier, and we answered it in the chat, but it's something I'd like to mention again. So he's saying if we put 10 keywords in with 10 locations, that's basically building out 100 pages plus one page for all the blog topics you put in. Yes, it is possible. You could do that, and you could put in 30, 40 blog posts. It will build it. The software might take some time to run and complete all of that because it's got to generate all the content, but that is possible. And that's when, when we mentioned in the previous webinar that we wanted to make this tool unlimited, that's what we're referring to. If you want to build a 2-page website, you can. If you want to build a website that's got no local features, you can. If you want to build a hyperlocal site, you can. If you just want to build a PBN network of cloud sites that are approved in Google News, you can. So it's very versatile. It all depends on the inputs that you give it and, the outcome that you're looking for. So the tool is very, very, very powerful, which is why the webinar on Monday will be all about different strategies so that, everyone can really get the most out of this incredible tool.
Well, like for instance, we've built these pages targeting one specific product which we sell in a town, like HCG injections, for instance. So now once we've got that, and we're up there, we're ranking for everything, we can now say some weight loss product because it's very related. So we just create a new product, but we put it in the same in the same folder. So when Google will see it and it'll connect the two together, and they'll both rank because they're both in the weight loss industry. And so you could start adding other products or other keywords into the one bucket that you've created, or blog posts that you've done. So it's very easy just to expand it. So I personally would initially not make a huge page, a huge site. I'd make maybe like 10 pages and 20 blog posts. That would be my maximum. Initially.
There is also another thing that we didn't run through in the software. If you've built out a site and you want to simply go back to that site and just add a few more blog posts, you can. You log in the functionality, you select add new blog posts, then all you have to do is paste new keywords into the blog post section and hit run. And the site will go and add those. It'll update the sitemap. If you wanted to add more area pages, say you built out for 5-6 areas and you wanted to add more areas, you can do the same thing. You can open the software, select add new area pages, you just paste in the new areas and the software will go and add them to the existing sites. If you wanted to overwrite the site, you can just update it and it'll save over the whole thing.
That's one of my favorite features, the overwrite. I really like that. So if you make a mistake when you build your site, you could just fix that mistake and it will upload it and your site will be fixed. That's
what happens. Even I make mistakes, I have to admit.
Yeah, you can add you can add keyword pages after the initial build. That's correct, right? Yep.
Yeah, I can show you that if you want.
Yep.
Yeah, so you see there what Waka is saying there, Delroy. You can just, the bucket name should be the same in that case. So if you are adding new pages, you'd put new keywords in the keyword section. You just make sure, obviously, you choose the relevant campaign, you keep the bucket name the same, and you add. So the software is extremely powerful and it's very versatile. It's very stable. It just runs.
And
so,
there's one other thing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, JJ. There's one other thing, guys. We'll cover this in the training. JJ will remind me. It's really crucial that you can actually create these sites and you don't have to upload them to a cloud bucket either. You can create sites with the software and have them on your computer and take the files and use them to create sites on other platforms too. There's a lot of stuff you could do with that subdomain.
Because you've got the whole site on your
correct. So it's a site builder technically, and there's a lot of platforms that you can upload these sites to that are not either in the software, even platforms you can't really put into a software, but you can upload to directly. So there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with the software outside of the initial platforms.
Yeah, and we hope to get quite a few more different themes, so that we can have different look and feels. So that everything is on Amazon and looks as one thing, leaving a fingerprint.
Yeah.
But what you were discussing there now, Jay, was adding new blog posts or new local pages. So if I open this page now and I said add new blog posts, okay, all I'd have to do is put new blog post titles here and hit run. And it's going to go and add the new blog posts onto the site. So it's quite simple. So it's and if you wanted to create new pages, you just select that option, and then you need to put keywords here or areas or whatever, so if
the ones areas, the ones keywords, the other ones blog posts.
Yeah, but whatever you put here, it's going to add these locations onto the end of that keyword.
Quick question, Craig's asking, the bucket name must be mandatory relative to the niche I want to rank. Can I create a general, just hold on. Can I create a general bucket name and then point to plumber site, for example? Thanks.
So I was reading that question. I'm not sure I understand the question. Is the question, can you create a general...
I think what he's asking is, can you create a bucket called plumbing and then link to any plumber? I think Craig just in the chat, if I'm right, reading that right, yes. Yes, 100% you can. You could create a bucket that's plumber, plumbing, emergency plumbing, and then build sites in there, and they could point to anywhere because it's relevant. It's still, in
Yeah,
the
but hang
URL
on.
structure.
Every time you create a new project here, and you're going to using that plumber bucket, it's going to overwrite everything.
Yeah, you always want to have topical relevancy. The name of
So
the game is relevant.
you can't do that. If you were uploading the stuff manually, you could, I suppose.
Yeah.
But there's no point to it. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything extra to make a new bucket.
It's true.
The domain authority remains the same.
Yeah, you don't have to be that is another benefit of the tool, guys. You don't have to be very conservative with your resources. You can set up 100 Amazon accounts and you can create 1,000 sites, and it's with I don't want to use hyperbole, but I mean, you can create a lot of sites really fast, and that you don't have to be conservative. You can use a lot of cloud sites if you want to.
Are there any other questions whilst we've got
No, I don't see any other questions. Let's
Footprints
see.
with these links. Not particularly. Most cloud sites have many different IPs and servers that they use to serve their sites from, and a mix of several hundred at least. And no, I don't think so. I've not seen any negative effects from cloud links on any of my sites. I don't think the Currys have either. So
No.
We've got cloud pages that we put up maybe 10 years ago that are still ranking. It's kind of the more links and stuff you send at them, the more powerful the cloud sites become. I think in the previous webinars we did, Chad, we showed how all the links have actually built up the DR of like Amazon and those companies.
Yeah.
That happens. The more people who build on it, the more we build on it, the more we fire links at it, the more powerful it all becomes. So we kind of feed in the monster here. So these links, there's no worry about a footprint. They're high authority links. And especially the way we build in these with the AR, the topical relevance, the longer tail keywords, all the local and geo information, it's, it really just makes everything rank like gangbusters.
Yep. Yeah. Evgeny said, how many pages can you create one by one? You can create 50 at once. You just have to put in 50 titles for the pages. But yeah, it's a bulk builder. You definitely, one of the best uses for the tool is bulk building of anything, including pages.
Yeah, especially if you've got it on a server, you can just put it on and let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Remple Miles makes a good point. Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of buckets that are taken. I have personally several dozen Amazon accounts with hundreds of sites in them that I haven't used. I just took the bucket names, and people do that. And so you're often gonna have to play around and add things to your bucket names to get them to work. Yeah. It's true. I mean,
But there's always a way. There's always a way. So any other questions?
Yeah, but we're going to have like 10 different cloud sites. So if you can't find a bucket name that you want in Amazon, you can just create it in Wasabi or with Google. Oh, yeah, we're going to have Google Azure. All these different cloud sites,
We'll get a whole big sexy list of them.
So, that's really not, that's the bucket name is, it's not so important in the big scheme of things.
Okay, so everybody in the chat, I'm putting a link to the CloudStacking. It's there at CloudStacking.ai if you want to go check it out. If you've got any more questions, drop them in the chat. We'll get to them before we close off. And then, as I said, make sure that you watch out for my emails. Will come another webinar Monday, same time, where we'll be going through tons of strategies. I think that's going to be a really good one. So make sure you're there. And
don't miss it. Gonna be big, people. Yeah. The hype man's gonna be big, people.
Chad's got some really good stuff that he can show. Which is really
it's exciting.
That's exciting because if you get good strategies with these powerful sites, man, you can kill it.
Yeah,
on local, you just build and build and build. So
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for your time. Thanks for coming. We'll catch you on the next one.
Take care. Thanks everybody. Good night.
Cheers.